Hello M5. So here we are at home, online studying again. So today we will introduce, or I will introduce and talk about the topic Unit 7, recycling, and possibly my suggestions on how you can help the environment and start by making them your New Year's resolutions for this year. Resolution number 1, I think, quit drinking from plastic. Throw away the plastic and purchase yourselves, everyone, a reusable bottle. Use water from a larger cylinder or tank and refill your bottle every time. Save some money that way too. Next one, number 2, kick the habit of plastic. I want you to try very hard this year to stop taking plastic cups, plastic straws, plastic bags. Kick the habit of plastic. New Year's resolution number 2. Number 3, not lose weight, but lose plastic. Everything this year you should remind yourself, you should stop with plastic. Try very hard to refrain from taking one plastic bag, one plastic fork, one plastic straw. Try very hard to think of the environment. And the last one, number 4, for you, M5, I don't think you should think too much about saving money, because you need to look after the ocean. Save the ocean more than save money. Possibly if you save the ocean, then good things will come back after you and you'll gain more money anyway. We have to think very hard nowadays. Who is currently destroying our planet? Are animals destroying the planet, or are the human species destroying the planet? Possibly 9 out of 10 people might suggest it was the human species. We think we're the best, the most intelligent species of all. Yet when it comes to destroying the planet, our home, planet Earth, we're the ones that are very good at it. So over here on my slide it says, once destroyed, nature's beauty cannot be repurchased at any price. Currently we have the problem with COVID. A lot of people would argue that because we, the humans, are destroying our planet, possibly Mother Nature has sent COVID, the germ, the virus, to correct humans to stand back and think to themselves, why are we destroying our home planet with this plastic, with climate change? We're not sharing the planet with the other species, the other animals that we live here with. So, who is currently destroying our planet? Animals or humans? How long do things take to decompose into our earth? If we put them in a landfill, we dig a hole and we put our rubbish in it. Right at the top it says paper towels, from 2 to 4 weeks. Banana peel, from 3 to 4 weeks. Paper bag, 1 month. And if you go all the way down here to my favourite subject, plastic bottles, 450 years for one plastic bottle. And favourite one here, plastic bags, from 200 to 1,000 years. That is one plastic bag. If you place it into the earth, that's how long it will totally take to disintegrate into our earth. So there must be a better way. And surely that has to be recycling. A great hero of mine is Sir David Attenborough. He's a famous British naturalist. He's worked on many programs for the BBC in the UK and around the world, showing animals and wildlife in their natural habitats. A famous quote of his now, because he's very much fighting for the animal and the wildlife environment, and for humans to stop killing them and placing them as an endangered species or extinct animals. So a famous quote from Sir David Attenborough, which is one that should be remembered always. Don't waste electricity, don't waste paper, don't waste food. Live the way you want to live, but just don't waste. This gentleman is about 93, possibly even 94 years of age. He's worked for the BBC, the TV company in the UK, for many, many years now. And he is someone that's highly regarded and highly well respected. We have to take his words as very serious, because the problem now with regard to the environment and climate change is now nearly non-reversible. Have a look at my next slide. Good or bad? All plastic bags, straws, bottles. This is what they call a landfill. Sometimes the rubbish sits on top of the earth for quite some time. And clearly the animals now are hungry. So they come further and further and closer to human environment, houses, and human dump tips. This is what animals now, elephants, are now eating. Rubbish, plastic bags, straws, and bottles, and other pieces of rubbish that humans just discard in this way. So is that really good, or is that bad? And again, these animals soon in the environment, do not live in their natural environment now, because we've started to destroy all of their jungles. We have removed their own habitats, so they come closer and closer in to the human environment because they're trying to find food. Again, good or bad? Another friendly face, another animal closely facing extinction, a very endangered species, the polar bear. Is this new food for polar bears? Plastic bags, rubbish from human beings we just discard. These animals have no homes anymore because their ice has melted. They come closer and closer to the human environment, and now they're in our dump sites eating our rubbish. When we closely look into reality, we can see a much bigger problem arising all around the world. The Amazon is burning, the Arctic is on fire, the oceans are boiling, the temperature of the seas is increasing, it's nearly reaching boiling point. I think that's a little bit of exaggeration, but it's not far wrong. Coral reefs are dying. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia, in Cairns, is an absolutely magnificent sight. But now, more and more, the coral reef is a live plant. It's gradually dying. Greenland is melting. Permafrost is collapsing. Antarctica is heating. Ecosystems are crashing. Earth is gradually and more rapidly turning into a desert. Emissions from our cars, our vehicles, our air conditioning, our electric lights are accelerating. So in this case here, are humans being ignorant of their surroundings? Surely yes. These are pictures that we see readily as we drive around, or as we pass around the town. We see litter dumped, litter rubbished. All of these items, just about everything nowadays, can be recycled. There is no need to throw it away. Even such things as these plants. You do not need to discard plants, grass cuttings, branches, leaves. You just place them around the outside of any other living plant, and it forms a type of fertilizer. There's absolutely no need to trash and fill up the bins with plants. If you look at my next slide here, it says trees enable us to breathe on Earth. Trees take in CO2 and they give out oxygen. The oxygen is what humans rely on to breathe on planet Earth. This picture here is very similar to the root system of a tree. This is your nervous system of your body, And this is a tree's roots. So these two pictures, they look very similar, but without this tree, we cannot breathe. We rely on trees and plants to convert CO2 into oxygen so that we can live on the planet Earth too. This is something we see more and more. We see birds being kept in cages. We see elephants being tied down with a string. They cannot roam freely like they used to be able to in the jungle. So how about if animals controlled us and put us in a cage to listen to our music and play our video games? How would we feel then? If animals and birds were the controlling factor, they were the more intelligent species and they controlled the human being. I don't think we would like it to be kept in a cage. For us to carry on living on the earth, we are reliant upon 9 vital species of animals essential to earth. If there are no bees, they say there is no human, there are no us. Sharks, fungi, bats, earthworms, phytoplankton, ants, coral reef, and cyanobacteria. There are 9 vital species needed to save the planet at the moment and to allow us to continue living on Earth as we know today. Trees support us. They provide us with the air that we require to breathe. This is a lovely message, a man planting a younger tree at a younger age, and then later on in life, obviously a cartoon type tree hands him a wooden stick, because the tree, after all of the young man's life, has finally grown and is able to support the human once again. So it's quite clear really, no bees, no us, no trees, no us. No clean oceans, no us. Yet this is becoming more and more difficult for the human species to understand. Those people that are uneducated, okay, they don't really understand the implications of the problem. But the moment you cut trees down, there is no earth. No earth at all. No life, nothing. I have many pictures, many pictures, but this one is quite sends a strong message quite clearly. We have to stop the way we live now, and we have to change our habits, because quite frankly there is no planet B. There is only one planet, planet Earth. We have to look after the planet we have. There is no planet B. There is no plan B. That's it. It's just plan A, the Earth and the world we know today. And look, this is a picture I see more and more often. Poor them. Where's their house? Human species again. Remove the trees, and animals are left on the sidelines with no home, no food, no nothing. Again, thanks to the human. One clear message here. Be responsible and not irresponsible. Any questions? This is being responsible. Keeping the trees, looking after the planet. This is being slightly irresponsible, removing the trees, removing the habitat for animals in which they live, and leaving our planet absolutely deserted, like a desert, totally like a desert, with no life whatsoever. Also with trees, trees provide us with shade. They create us a lower air temperature. Without trees, 50 degrees centigrade in burning hot cities. With trees can be 18 degrees, 26, 20, but the effect of the trees is very apparent. We need trees to cool the planet Earth. For every 3,000 sheets of paper you lose one tree. So remember that, for every 3,000 sheets of paper. Why do we need to print? We're all going crazy about online material nowadays. Why do we need to print paper? So there's one clear message finally. We all have a choice. We have to change our lifestyles and reduce climate change. Rethink, refuse, reduce, reuse, refurbish, repair, repurpose, and recycle. Change your life.